Alright folks, welcome to the first Let's Play for the new channel, Bomberman Hero. I've been meaning to play this game for the old Teddizgenneral channel, but never really got around to it. And I figured, well, new channel, new stuff, let's just go ahead and do it. Alright folks, so just go ahead and stop me if you've seen this story before. Peaceful planet gets attacked by evil giant battleship. We need to tell Bomberman and his friends right away. Princess Million, something is approaching. And a princess and a droid escape in a ship, only to be... Now let's not stretch my voice. Only to be hit by a tractor beam by a giant-looking Star Destroyer. Take this disc and go hide in the engine room. Hopefully they don't catch on we're trying to rip off on Star Wars. But Princess Million, what are you going to do? You can't survive copyright court. Don't worry about it. Oh, just hurry. So, yeah, this is Bomberman Hero, a game that gets way more flack than I think it honestly deserves. It's a really fun game in my opinion. I rather enjoy it. It's because when people think of Bomberman, they think of the classic Super Nintendo games, and people have very fond memories of playing these titles, and so do I. But, oh, cutscene. Bomberman, you're back. I'll train you now. We need training? Okay. As if we need to train Bomberman. He's Bomberman. He doesn't need training. I guess Bomber Droid doesn't know that. Tra-la-la-la-la. And... What was that? Just realized how horrible that fireball graphic was. Yeah, so... Bomberman Hero. When people think of Bomberman, they think of the classic 2D games on the Super Nintendo, the NES, the Game Boy, and of course, with the Super Nintendo having all the fun of multiplayer Bomberman mayhem and awesomeness, with, I want to say, like one of the handheld favorite multiplayer Bomberman games people have memories of is Saturn Bomberman on the Sega Saturn. The N64, though, Hudson tried different things with the Bomberman licensing. Try to give the game more of a story, and that's how we got Bomberman 64, which took the iconic Bomberman formula and gave a story to it, which I really loved and appreciated. It had an awesome 3D landscape, really cool story ideas, level designs, and of course, it retained the multiplayer action. Hudson then went and developed Bomberman Hero, which is a story-driven Bomberman game set as a 3D platformer, which didn't go over well with that many people. It's because it just kind of strayed a little too far away from the Bomberman formula, but if I'm gonna be honest, I'm okay with this. I don't know, I've always been a big fan of 3D platformers and platformer-centric titles, and just combining my love of Bomberman and 3D platforming just is a good home run to me. I know a lot of people don't like this title. I know people are upset that they completely did away with multiplayer. I feel you, and I understand. But that's not going to stop my love for this game. To make up for the fact of what they did with Bomberman Hero, Hudson then went and made Bomberman 64 The Second Attack, which streamlined the Bomberman 64 engine, still kept the story narrative, and improved upon a lot of the negative qualities of Bomberman 64, such as the one-hit kill, or... yeah, mostly the one-hit kill. The game Second Attack also gave you more bomb variety, and it just had a really damn good story.
I did it!
Now this game, while being a 3D platformer, is also a bit of a collect-a-thon, if you will. Our primary goal for this game, if you wish to 100% it, is to get a 5 score on... Die! Are you dead? Yeah, I got points for it. Is get a 5 score on every single level in the game, as well as collect all of these special bombs known as the Adok bombs, or the Another Dimension bombs, if you will. Once you get a 5 on every single level in the game, and you've collected all the special Adok bombs, then you gain access to a... Oh, shit! That hurt. You then gain access to a 6th and final level, in which we can fight off against the evil bomber, who's the true villain mastermind behind this entire attack, and not Bagular, who is the main villain from Super Bomberman 3. I'm gonna be honest, I do have a file that, oh come on, that has every single level 5 except for the final boss fight against Bagular, and for the love of God, I cannot 5 that boss. It's a 3-phase boss that just is annoying as all hell. Ooh, I almost got hit again there. And I can't 5 it. That's the only thing that stopped me from finally getting to the last area. So no, I have not beaten this game. I never beat it as a kid when it came out, and I still can't beat it to this day. And before you ask any questions, mostly, well, if you already had a completed file, then how come there was no files created when you started up? Well, that is because I'm currently playing on emulation. I'm not happy I can't connect my N64 and play it via that. However, the laptop that I've used for a lot of my old recordings on the old channel, most of the video game console recordings, that laptop is literally on its last legs, and I don't feel like giving Apple more money for a new laptop. And unfortunately, my Powerhouse desktop does not have a FireWire port because, honestly, by now, FireWire is a bit of an obsolete cord and system. So unfortunately, I have no means of hooking up my retro consoles and capturing them on my computer. I am borrowing streaming gear from a friend, however, it only allows me to connect component and HDMI. So I am not able to do any of my retro consoles, just my Wii generation onward. Which is a little disappointing, because I do gravitate more towards retro titles. I've always been the channel dedicated to retro gaming. And not so much the newer stuff, unless it was something that really, really caught my attention, like when I did Sonic the Hedgehog Episode 4. Alright, we're going to go back to Hyper Room, because this game does feature branching pathways. Some levels actually have hidden exits in them, and this Let's Play we're going to be actually tackling every single level in the game, so I will be backtracking to get these extra paths. Now, thankfully, these paths aren't too far out of the way to the point where it would require me warranting an edit point. So you are going to see all the levels that we need to go through twice. Now, it is my full intention to finally beat this game for y'all. I want to get a 5 on every single course. If I don't do it the first time, I'm not going to bore y'all with the repetitiveness of going back and trying to clear each stage just to get a 5. If the level just gets a little too asinine or too hard, I'll just skip it, getting the 5, and I'll get back at a later date. I don't want to bore y'all through the monotony of having to see levels over and over again, or just the same level trying to find the one item that I'm missing. Now, this stage introduces one of my least favorite elements of this game, which is the crystal doors. Oh, there we go. Now, to progress to the crystal door, you have to collect these 4 yellow crystals, and then only then will the door to the next part of the stage open up. Thankfully, there's not that many levels in this game that require the crystal key method. It still stands as one of my least favorite objectives in this game, just because some of them are actually very well hidden, and they can be sometimes annoying to find. Okay, not that way. These levels also tend to be the most expansive when it comes to the levels in the game, so these levels tend to drag out longer than they should be, especially when you're trying to go for a 5 score. Thankfully, except for the boss battles, trying to get a 5 on the levels is not time-based. If it was, I would be SOL. Though, to be fair, I would like to try to do an any % run on this game. Eventually, I will be making the speedrun I submitted for SGDQ this year live and available to the channel so y'all can see it. But I am starting to do speedruns, something I've always wanted to do and try to get into, and I'm starting to find games that I kind of do want to commit to the speedrun community. Ooh, shit! Okay, that was close. But we don't need that, thankfully. Was there anything back here? Nope. Thankfully, this game isn't a dick and puts things in areas that you can't see. We do have very limited camera movement. Chicks! Kill the chicks! Kill the chicks! Did I not get it? Come on! There we go! Yay!
I did it!
Alright. I do love the fact that not only does this game show you where the worlds are in the Bomberman area, but also kind of like gives you like an in-depth point. So Bomber Base is located on the eye of Planet Bomber, and the levels, the stars, will actually show you where you are in that area, which I think is pretty cool. Go to the heavy room. Why is it heavy? Ooh, shit. I have no idea why. Ah, okay, I'm starting to remember this place now. This might be one of the first levels that we don't get a 5 automatically. Enemy has placed an ad hoc bomb somewhere in this room, remove it. So yeah, that was one of the special bombs that hit pause. As you can tell, we actually have to find 2, 4, 6 ad hoc bombs. Yeah. 6 ad hoc bombs in each of the worlds, and they're scattered about in all the different areas, so it's up to us to find them. Now, they are a secondary objective. Like I said before, you do not have to collect all of them. Nothing that way. If you just want to do an any percent run, but with a 100% run, we kind of do want to collect all of them. Just like in other Bomberman games, Bomberman can collect power-ups to help him. It may seem kind of silly since we actually have full-fledged of movement. Bomberman in this game did lose the ability to do a power bomb. Instead, we can bomb juggle. Once everything gets up to speed, we can unleash a devastating Hail Mary of bombs at our foes. Okay, yeah, there's something else. But bombs can allow us to throw up to 4 bombs at once. Lay down 4 bombs at once, which, honestly, the bomb count is mostly for bomb laying. As soon as the bomb explodes, Bomberman can launch another projectile. And, of course, our fire count is how powerful an explosion we can create. The life jacket allows us to pretty much shower in bomb blasts, which you can technically make a shield around Bomberman with your own bomb blast, which is honestly a lot of fun. The glove power-up is in this game, even though technically you can already throw bombs by default. And what the glove power-up does lets you throw bombs further. And last but not least, there are remote bombs in this game, which we can then set it for Z. Ah, the beep beep guys. That immediately hurt me, because they're evil. These crystals are very nice and unique. If we collect, I believe the magic number is 200? Blah. If we can collect 200 crystals, then we can unlock a new health slot. And Lee Bomberman can have a maximum of 6 hit points. Alright. Nope. Alright. We're gonna go a little bit higher, see if the stage will continue to heights. There we go. Yeah, it can. Cool. So we're not gonna go to the exit, we'll take the secret hidden passage. I don't know why I just didn't do this the first time around. Nothing. So that was a waste. I do also love the music in this game. Despite what people say, I think Bomberman's also one of those titles, much like Sonic, no matter— oh, come on! That no matter how mixed the game is to people, I still think the soundtrack in each Bomberman game is just astonishing to me. I believe, because this was an Adduct Bomb level, there we go. We're gonna have 50 extra points than we normally need.